Hello and welcome back to another video. Anime Dion here, and we are doing what if Izuku Midorya was a Saiyan and trained by Goku. For those of you who don't know what a Saiyan is, it's pretty much a race in the type of species in the show Dragon Ball, in the series the Dragon Ball, and it's pretty much they're kind of like humans, but they're like different, just like super duper OP. Okay. And yeah, y'all see Izuku right here, and Goku right here. That's Goku. So before we get into the video, I need you to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my daily uploads. And yes, this is my third video of the day. I'm pretty sure it's my first time doing 3 videos in one day. So yeah, I promised I was gonna make this one tomorrow, and instead of doing this first, I was doing those other ones so I could stay on progress, so I could stay on schedule. Pretty much I have like a kind of a schedule on which videos I do. Yeah, and I do videos every single day. So yeah, what's not there to like? You get to subscribe, you get to see a video every day. Alright, so play my intro. Yeah, so link in description. That's my friend who made that. Link in description to his Instagram. So, yeah, let's get started. So, basically, as a child, about like 2 years old, Deku was sent in one of those pods from their whole planet as, actually, no. Wow, we're gonna do it different. Izuku was the, yeah, we're gonna say he's like Goku, but it's gonna be exactly like, you know how Superman was? I mean, Supergirl. He basically got caught in like a black, like something like that, like a vortex or whatever it was, and it made him stay the same age. While Goku went to that Earth, Izuku went to the My Hero Earth, that time of Earth, because there's like different universes in My Hero Academia. So let's say he went to one of those universes, of course. So, of course, Goku is already a grown-up, and they have already defeated Boo. And the world is pretty much free. And as Deku is pretty bored, well, he's just training a lot and farming, of course. Living with his family. And Gohan also helping out a little bit. Gohan is there. He had the child, Gohan, already. And, yeah, Goku was sent to Earth, and he's finally hitting Earth at just this time. While they're supposed to be the same age, but no. Deku, they were both sent out for about 2 years old. I'm pretty sure Goku was sent out when he was 2 years old to destroy Earth, but of course he was in the head. So yeah, that same thing happened here. His ship had malfunctioned as he hit the ground, and he hit his head on one of the spots. Not making him stupid, but it actually made him the same, but he just forgets everything about him being the Saiyan and thinking his tail is normal. And of course, everybody else thinks this is normal too, because this is the My Hero Academia first. And some people are born different, of course. So he grows up, and he's about like 3.5 years old. And Deku is already super duper strong, of course, because he's a Saiyan, of course. So just like Goku. Goku was very, very strong at the beginning. Well, he was 14 at the time, at the beginning of the Dragon Ball series, but he looked super duper small. So yeah, Deku seems like a little infant. And no, Deku does not have green hair. I could do that though, because low-key Trunks, he got that bluish hair, even though he's still Saiyan, bro. Trunks is like the dopest characters. I promise. Trunks and Goku, bro. I like them. So yeah, we're just gonna make his hair black, and he's not a full Saiyan. We're gonna make him a full Saiyan, of course. Yeah, a full Saiyan. Goku just pretty much bored, yada yada yada, and we're not gonna. Yeah, nah. I'm so sorry about that. So yeah, Deku pretty much grows up normally, and instead of being bullied for not having a quirk, everybody just thinks he's like super strong, and is like a good fighter, because Deku trains in martial arts, and like Ojiro, I think that's his name, right? Or am I talking about the different person? Ojiro is the guy with the quirk. With the tail, right? Yeah, Goku claps him. But of course Deku claps him. Deku's pretty much like tail is his only weakness, like in the original Dragon Ball. But one night on his fourth birthday, yeah, let's say his fourth birthday, it was a full moon, and he stays up night partying a little bit, but he's only 4, of course, so he's not partying too much. He just stayed up late, and he sees the moon, and out of nowhere at his house just half his house just gets destroyed, and it's like yeah, it's pretty much destroyed, and then like he just turned into the giant gorilla, just like Goku had in the original. Every time he looks at the sun, every time you look at the sun, I mean the full moon, as a Saiyan, if you still have your tail, you become one of those giant gorillas. So, and then Goku talks to many people, and yada yada yada, because you know Goku's super duper famous for saving Earth. And many people know about Goku saving Earth, yada yada yada. People tell him that in one of the universes, let's say it's universe 12 or 10, there was a kid who is a Saiyan, and they figured out that he's a Saiyan, and Goku just is like, oh wow, you know, Goku's pretty stupid, so he doesn't really care that much. He's like, wow, that's cool. One day I'll get to fight him. That's pretty much what he says, and just go back to his normal life. Then Izuku just pretty much is yeah, that happens, that whole incident, and nobody knows it's Deku, of course, but they just think it. Actually, yes, they know it's Izuku. And his mom says, oh, it's probably because of his quirk. Like, Inko adopted Deku because Deku ended up being adopted. Nobody knows that he's pretty normal because Deku pretty much walked out the ship. And yeah, he walked out the ship because, you know, 2-year-old Saiyans are still freaking smart. Like, they're super duper. Like, the Saiyan race expected Goku to just destroy the whole world, which he could have if he was in his monkey state. Once he seen the full moon, yeah. And yes, for those of you who think, oh, is Vegeta and them going to come? No, because this is the time where Vegeta and Goku are like, this is after the whole Boo thing, so they're partying at the thing. And then Beerus came, I guess, and nothing really special. All that, this isn't about Goku, but it kind of is at the same time because it's trained by Goku. So yeah. And Izuku's actually, he wakes up the next day, is noticing, like, what's wrong? Why is the house? Everybody's pretty scared of him, and somebody just tucks on his tail. Maybe this is the reason. And then Deku's like, oh, and just lays down. He's like, oh, all his energy is lost. Everybody's shocked by this, and then the doctor says, I think it's time for we to remove this tail. I think this is what's wrong. So they remove the tail, and the next day, next time, like about 7 days later, I think. Or 14 days or whatever. I don't know how long it takes for another full moon to come. He looks at the full moon and nothing happens. And Deku had figured out what he had done, and he's actually very scared of himself until he figured out that it's gone. He's pretty much fine. So let's skip to about time Deku's in middle school. In middle school, Deku, bro, he's a player. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do all that. He's pretty much the same, but not quirkless, as some would say, because everybody thinks he has a quirk. Everybody thinks he's just super duper strong. And yes, I mean, like, this dude is strong. He lifting up cars with one hand. Bullets just bounce off his body and give him little tiny bruises, just like Goku. So, yeah, he's about the same age as Goku. But the only problem is he's short. And by short, I mean really, really short. And, like, he's like Goku because at the beginning when Goku was 14 years old, that dude was ultra short, and I promise you, that man was short. For those of you who have seen Dragon Ball, you'll know what I'm talking about. He was about 14 or 16. No, Bulma was 16. He was 14, and yeah, Bulma used to think he was like a little tiny kid. He's like, no, I'm not at 14. He's like, oh, you touched me, and I'm 16. I'm only 2 years older than you. Yeah, Goku's 14. Goku's 14, and he was like as tall as a freaking infant. He was pretty much a midget. Until, of course, he got to, like, 19 years old. Then he was, like, a size of actual 19-year-old. But then he doesn't really grow that much because Saiyans don't age really fast. They age actually super duper slowly. But we're going to say he gets a growth spurt at 15 because we're not going to have Izuku staying the same size this whole time. And yes, Deku has discovered he has ki, so he can fly. And no, he does not know how to do ki blast. All he knows how to do is fly and power, make his punches even stronger. So Goku sees it and he says, I think it's time for me to pay a visit. You know, with his little high Goku voice. Hey, I'm Goku. You know, the little voice he got. And I think the Goku voice actor for English is super great, and I like both voice actors. But I prefer English more for Dragon Ball, because I feel like the Dragon Ball voice actors are better for the show. But many other shows I prefer sub, and some I prefer dub. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get back into the video. So yeah, Goku comes and Deku's a little child. He's like, well, Deku's actually like tall now. It's like about the end of school, almost the last day, the day before the last day. Let's say that. I know the sludge villain incident and All Might hasn't happened yet. That has not happened. And I'm thinking of not giving him one for all at the same time, but I am, because I don't really know anybody else that would fit. Actually, never mind. Yes, I do. And no, I'm not giving it. Actually, maybe Muriel might get it. You never know. Actually, yeah, I'm probably gonna give it. I'm going to be giving one for all to Muriel, as he was supposed to happen. And for those of you who've seen the manga, of course, I know kids with quirk cannot have one for all, or they will die very soon. I know that. I've seen the manga, but not in this story, of course. So yeah, let's get back right into it. So yeah, Deku's just pretty much at the beach, and he's just walking down, happy, ready for the last day of school to end. Pretty much just playing around in the sand. He has no tail, and he's not butt naked, okay? He's not. He has his trunks on. And no, he's not with his mom, he's just by himself. Goku flies over there, not in Super Saiyan, but in regular state. And he says, hey, I'm Goku, your brother. Well, no, let's say that they're brothers, they're siblings. He's like, I don't have a brother, excuse me. I was born about like 14 years ago. And he's like, 14 years ago? More like 30. Goku, because I'm guessing Goku's 30 because I really don't know his age. He went in that hyperbolic time chambers a whole bunch of times. And the hyperbolic times, he's just like, every day is a year, and then they don't really age. Like, look, bro, this dude is like, he doesn't age at all. Like, bro, the most you've seen is like muscle gain, and he doesn't really muscle gain because he's been muscular his whole life. He's like Asta, but shorter. Post time skip Asta, after. Yeah, post time since Asta, because he was like super buff. But when he was a kid, he was that buff, but even shorter. Like, bro, come on, dude was 3 feet tall. It's embarrassing, bro. But now Deku's about the size of Goku, like, because of course when they grow, they get tall, bro. Like, they get built. Deku's super built, just like Goku. And Goku's like, hey, I'm Goku, your brother. He said, brother now. I don't think we're brothers because I'm only 14 years old and you seem about 30. No, and then he says, no, we're twin brothers. You're a Saiyan. He says, a what? A Saiyan. You don't know what that is? Well, my real name is Kakarot. And then as he's hearing that, he just gets like flashbacks of hearing his brother's name when he was about 2 years old. He's just like, oh, sometimes I feel similar to that name. Kakarot. Maybe we are brothers, but it's kind of confusing to think about it. Then Goku's explained the story about how their plan was going to be blown up. And yeah, and he said, and then Goku said, you probably got trapped in like a time loop or something and made it to the class at the same exact age instead of me. I've made it. I've been at the Earth 7 or whatever, Earth in the Universe 7? Right, he's in Universe 7 or 6, huh? I don't know which one, whatever universe. I think he was in Universe 7, I'm not sure. Let's just say he was in Universe 6, because I'm pretty sure it was either 6 or 7, so whatever. He's like, universes? He's like, yeah, there's hundreds of them, but there's only one Earth each, so there's about 13 Earths. If you think about it, he says, 13 Earths. Like, what? What? And he's like, have you ever been to space? He said, definitely not. He says, you can breathe in it. He said, breathe in space? I think you sound pretty dumb, Kakarot. And he says, okay, let me explain. He explains everything, yada, yada, yada. And while this is happening, Deku is getting kind of flat. Izuku is getting flashbacks from when he was a child. And I don't know what to name him as a Saiyan yet, like what his name is gonna be. Let's say it's Carrot. No, I'm just kidding. Goku's name's supposed to be Carrot, so I don't really know what to name Goku, but I don't know what Goku's name was supposed to be. Vegeta is like the Princess Saiyan or something like that. I know that. So, and Vegeta said, "Oh yeah, I remember that kid. That I don't know what the name. Let's just call him a Izuku kid. Let's call his name was Deku. Dekurat. His name was Dekurat. Dekurat, like Kakarot, but Dekurat. He's like, yes, that's your brother, Kakarot. Probably, most likely. Since at the exact same time as you." And Goku shows him the ways of the Saiyan and how he's way stronger than anybody else on this planet and can clap everybody. He says, I probably can't clap Goku. Probably can't clap All Might. He says, who's All Might? He's the strongest person in this whole entire world. That's who he is. Deku says, I'm going to call him Deku, though. And then Goku says, okay, what's your name here? He says, Deku. Izuku, but some people call me Deku. And he says, Deku. That's pretty similar to her real name. What is it? Dekurat. Like Kakarot. My real name is Kakarot. Also, but my grandpa, Gohan, named me Goku. And then Deku's so confused. He's like, whoa. So hold up, so I'm adopted? No, I'm just kidding, of course. He knows he's adopted. And yeah, Izuku, and then Goku says, wanna fight? He says, fight? And he says, Deku says, I'm super duper strong. And by strong, I mean really strong. And we're gonna say like Deku's an abnormal Saiyan, so he's already like the strength of base form Goku. So yeah, they fight, and then Goku says, you're pretty strong, but beat this. And he goes Kaioken 1 or whatever. Actually, no, not Kaioken. He goes Super Saiyan 1 and just punches Deku as Deku tries to block, but just gets blasted back. He's like, and like this strength is so hard for this world. So like some of the like waves just come out of nowhere, like they get bigger and bigger because Goku goes Super Saiyan 1, just regular Super Saiyan. And Izuku was like, what is that? And he says, Super Saiyan, ability Saiyans have lost throughout years, and me and my fellow, and my cousin or whatever, and my friend Vegeta, let's say friend, I'm pretty sure they're cousins or something like that. Oh, sorry about that. Me and my friend Vegeta, we regained it. He said, regained it? What is it called again? Super Saiyan. Goku, Kakarot says, Goku says. He says, and then Deku says, hey Goku, you think you can teach me how to do that? Goku says, I don't think it's that easy. And Deku's like, okay, let me try. And powers up, goes Super Saiyan that easily, just like Goku, just like Goten and Trunks did. Yeah, because in Dragon Ball Super, I guess, or like the original Dragon Ball, they do that super duper easily. Oh, sorry, my bad about that. Yeah, like they power up just that easy, like that quick, like Goku. Goten and Trunks is pretty much gangsters. And yeah, so yeah, that happens. Goku's like super shocked. He's like, let's fight now. And they start boxing. They go boom, boom, boom. Like they're getting like all beat up, they doing like a little thing, causing shockwaves around the earth. And then Goku says, how about you come back to Earth from Universe 6 with me? And then Deku just says, well, I have a family. Goku says, then say goodbye like I do with my kids all the time. No, I'm just kidding. Well, he's not bad of a father. He just like trains a lot, so he's not. Well, he's there for his kids a lot, but he's not a lot. Like he missed Goten's birthday. His birthday, like with the day he was born, but he was dead. So yeah, the Dragon Ball verse is pretty much complicated. I think he was dead. Oh, sorry about that. Not really well that. All right. Let's get back in the video. So yeah. Goku tells his parents and tells him about that he figured out what he is and where he's from. And yeah, this takes like a long time. He misses school pretty much. The last day of school, yada. He pretty much tells all his friends, like Bakugo and everybody that he's not going to be here is going to leave. So he powers up Super Saiyan with Goku and just flies off to that Earth. And I'm like, y'all was like, hold up, this story is totally different than the original My Hero Academia. I know, it's totally different than the original My Hero Academia. So yeah, I think this is where I can end off this video. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my daily uploads. And peace out.